Big guy, you want to do a little family future play. Why don't we describe it and we'll get into our plays here?
Yeah, this is, I think, something we could have fun with throughout the sports season, not just here with March Madness upon us. But basically, we'll sit here once a week on Fridays and come up with a future bet that we will, as a group, throw a little money on. Doesn't matter however much you want to put on it. And we'll ride this ticket together. And then us, the listeners who want to join in, everyone has the same ticket. So we're watching the same games and going through the process together.
Okay. Well, I'll start. And I dug through these numbers as far as futures and the college basketball. I dug through these numbers at DraftKings. And, of course, Amal, I've been jockeying TCU, so I almost went there. But I came to a team I think you're going to agree with. 18-1, Gonzaga. Dismantled St. Mary's. I think there's a different feeling around this team as far as expectations this year that may benefit them. The number one seeded expectations are gone. The last 2 years, you mentioned the pressure was outrageous. And frankly, this is just the best offense in the country. They can shoot the three. They're so experienced. Timmy, we understand, but outside of that, Walton and Bolton and Hickman and Smith and Strother. Did you know Strother is from the big that can step outside and shoot threes? Did you know he's from Henderson?
Yeah, I know.
Henderson, Nevada, right by you. He went to Liberty High School.
That's one of the reasons I follow the Zags is because he's a local kid. Tremendous. He's going to have a shot in the pros. He's probably more of a second-round pick, but he can shoot the basketball.
Let's go back to Gonzaga, and I'll let you run with it. First in points per, first in field goal percentage. They're 13th. I mentioned they can stroke it from outside. They're 13th and three-point percentage. They don't turn the ball over, which is important come tournament time, of course. So Gonzaga 18-1. That's the number I picked. I like the feel because the feel doesn't feel overwhelming. Again, a different feeling around expectations that I think may benefit the Zags this year.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Not as much pressure. They're probably going to be a 2 or a 3 seed. It remains to be seen where they wind up, but this is a dangerous team. I don't think people realize how good they've been. You look at their losses. Okay, they lost to LMU, lose on the road in overtime to St. Mary's. They beat Alabama, who's been right there in the top 2 or 3 the majority of the second half of the season. They're a dangerous team. I mean, people forget how good this team can be throughout the course of the season.
Let's get it. By the way, Cincinnati crawling, just trying to claw their way back here with the 2.5. Temple leads by 2, 8:41 to play, big guy, 2018. We'll get an update on Tennessee, Missouri here on Sharp Money. Your future play. Did either of you differ than my Gonzaga at 18-1? Go ahead.
I really like the Gonzaga thing just because I feel like every year everyone's on them, and this is the one year to zag when everyone zigs. See what I did there with Gonzaga? So I like doing that because it feels like whenever we think they're going to be there in the end, they let us down, and this year no one really thinks that they're going to be there, so I don't mind riding that ticket, but I like to shoot a little bit deeper on the board. One that jumped out to me, it's not the best number in the last few weeks on them, but all I keep hearing is everyone on this network and every other sports network say that they love this Miami team. So my question for you guys is 40-1 on Miami to win the title, ability to hedge against them. I guess it would depend on the seeding, right? Would you be nervous if they had a seed where they were matched up with a mid-major in the first, second rounds that could upset them? Like, that would be my concern because I feel like the draw isn't always beneficial for Larinaga and Miami in the NCAA tournament.
Amal's high on this Miami team. What's your response?
I tend to agree with him. 40-1, you get great odds. You get to the Sweet 16, and then you start looking at making moves elsewhere. The first-round game, they're probably at worst a 3 seed. If they win the ACC tournament, I don't know if they'll get a 2 seed, but they're going to be right up there. So Miami's in a great position. You're going to have almost in every game, you're going to have a coaching advantage with Larinaga. Wong and Pack are tremendous. I think this team is going to be a tough out. I just don't think, because part of it is South Florida, Miami, people just don't give them credit. And the other thing is the ACC has been down so much this year, but this is a very good basketball team.